Righto, today we're heading up into the hills above Menton. Apparently there's this tiny medieval village called Gorbio. I'd never even heard of it before moving to France. Then I saw a couple of photos and I thought, bloody hell, yeah right, I've got to check this out for myself. So today we're going to go find out if Gorbio is actually worth visiting. It's amazing to me how 1 minute you're cruising along the coast and the next minute you're driving up into the mountains. This place is so cool. The roads up here can get really narrow. The French don't seem too bothered. They just yell at each other out of the window. And somehow it all still works. G'day guys, this is Gorbio. We've made it. Let's head on in and see what makes this little village so special. Well, the first thing that I notice is this massive tree right in the middle of the square. This thing is huge. I heard it's been here for hundreds of years, and looking at it, yeah, I can believe it. This place just feels so peaceful. There's no traffic, no crowds. Just the birds singing, the sound of kids playing, old stone buildings, and it honestly feels like time has slowed down. It looks like there's only one cafe and one restaurant. We'll be sure to check out those a little later. But first impressions? Geez, this place is a lot smaller than I expected. But it is so gorgeous. Wow. Incredible. Mate, that looks bloody awesome. We've got to go and check that out. Let's go. After wandering around for just a few minutes, I realised the size of this place isn't really the point. This isn't somewhere you come to tick off attractions. It's somewhere you slow down, take random turns, walk down little alleyways, just to see where they lead. And if you're anything like me, sometimes get a little bit lost. Yep, this way. Let's go. Wow. I had absolutely no idea where this little lane went, so naturally I had to find out. Turns out, nowhere. But honestly, that didn't matter. Sometimes exploring is actually more fun than finding something. One thing I really loved about Gorbio was all the little details. There's old wooden doors everywhere. There's flowers growing out of stone walls. There's tiny lanes. It feels like every corner has something worth stopping for. Now, for all of me mates who speak English, no, Mary doesn't live here. It's the Mary. It's basically the French version of a town hall. Yeah, I was a little disappointed too. Mate, would you take a look at that bloody view? Now, I forgot to bring my tinfoil hat today, but doesn't that symbol look a little bit suspicious? Yeah, nah, I'm sure it's going to be perfectly fine. Anyway, I really enjoy visiting old churches. Being a person of faith myself, I appreciate places like this, but I reckon anyone can enjoy the peace and quiet they offer.
Heard the church bell moaning down on Beale Street side.
Bloody hell. Would you take a look at that?
Heard the church bell moaning
Incredible.
down on Beale Street side. Sounded like forgiveness for the tears I try to hide.
Bloody hell. That looks good through there, doesn't it?
Now I'm sitting
Gonna have to go have a look.
with this guitar, strings on like they know.
This ended up being my favourite part. Every now and then, between buildings, the mountains would just suddenly appear. And honestly, I wasn't expecting them to steal the show. Bloody beautiful, mate. What a gorgeous place. Everything's just so ridiculously photogenic. Righto. Looks like there's a walking track down there, but we don't want to go there just yet. We want to go check up through here. Peekaboo, another sweet view. Yeah, well, all right. This looks like a little area where people get together. Families. Kids will be swinging on swings. Check that out. We've got some barbecues. Well, thanks to the power of editing, you don't have to know that I completely missed the castle the first time around. Yep. Well, there it is. This is the Château de Lascaris. Parts of it date back to around the 11th and 12th centuries, when it was built to watch over the valley and protect the village. C'est fermé aujourd'hui? It's bloody closed, you nincompoop. These days, it's used as a cultural space and museum rather than a fortress. Well, there you go. There's your 5-second lesson on the Castle of Gorbio. The views from up here are just absolutely insane.
Heard the church bell moaning down on Beale Street side. Heard the church bell moaning down on Beale Street side. Sounded like forgiveness for the tears I try to hide. Now I'm sitting with this guitar, strings on like they know. Yeah, sitting with this guitar, strings on like they know.
Let's go check out that cafe. Mate, after all of this walking, it's time for a coffee. I'm actually quite enjoying this, just sitting here and watching the world go by. And I realised something. Gorbio isn't somewhere you visit because there's a huge list of things to do. You come here to slow down, to have a look around and to notice things, and just enjoy being somewhere different. When I first arrived, I honestly wondered if I'd driven all this way for a village I'd walk through in 20 minutes. But by the time I left, I didn't care how small it was, because the best part wasn't finding famous landmarks.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
It was simply just wandering around and seeing what I found. And you know, sometimes that's enough. Check out that bloody mountain. That is absolutely massive in real life. It's huge. If you enjoyed our little adventure, I'd love to have you back for the next one. And no matter where you are in the world, just know that someone is thinking of you. So be good to yourself and each other. See you on the next one.